One of the biggest questions we get is why somebody would sell off market versus listing it on the traditional real estate market. And there's a lot of variables that can go with that. One could be the condition of the property. It could be a house that there's no way it's going to pass through financing, whether it's a VA loan, FHA loan. Usually conventional would probably get most deals done. The reason why a lot of these properties that would go off market might not qualify for VA or FHA loans, they're government-backed loans. It could be a ton of things. We're going to start off with structural stuff, major roof issues, foundation issues. They're obviously a little bit pickier as well. It can go down to as minimal as like not having straps on water heater, CO2, railings for the steps. Those can be an expense for a seller as well, which sometimes sellers just don't have the funds to make those changes, right? Going back to the sewer, another major expense that maybe a seller couldn't get fixed and it's not going to qualify through FHA or VA. So the condition of the property can really disqualify selling it on the market, because a lot of people are going to be buying FHA and VA, especially right now with the interest rates being up. And so that's where that kind of easy convenience kind of cash off market deal might make the most sense. So that would be one of the reasons. Another big indicator is actually the seller. We're kind of going through a situation right now where they're torn a little bit on whether they should list it, because usually when you put it on the market's going to dictate the value, and that would be your highest return on investment. When you go off market, you're usually going to take a little bit of a discount because of potentially what the ad value is for the investor coming in to buy it, whether that's going to be the money that they're going to have to rejuvenate to make it a profitable investment for themselves or for their portfolio. So that would be another big reason. Also, condition. Some of them are run down big time as far as major renovations, major time frame for the investors coming in to buy it. Obviously, they own a company, they're not doing it for free, so they're going to want to make a profit. So that's probably the biggest indicator as far as just the overall investment on a very dilapidated home. One of the big indicators actually would be convenience. And this is what I actually get surprised a lot, that people will pick convenience a lot of times over just the end dollar amount. Going back to that situation that we're currently in, me and Laura actually just went into a listing appointment yesterday that I was going in to give my options of how we would purchase via an investment. And then she was going to list, and I thought the whole time that it was going to go to a listing. Well, it was weird as they actually started paying more attention to me and my options, there are some very creative options, which are really cool. But in this situation, the lady is in a wheelchair. I hate to say it, but the house is kind of grabbing me. So there's a lot of stuff that she's accumulated over 10, 15, 20 years. And when you go to list, agents don't want that. They want it clean. They don't want it being personalized, because end buyers, they're picky about that. So this current situation might just fit that mold, where like they may have to take a little bit less money, but they have convenience of working with us, the investors, getting their stuff moved out and moving on in a kind of quick cash deal, but then they can go do whatever they want after the closings. And then also not having people in and out of the house for showings. In her case, she's in a wheelchair, so that would be hard if there was a lot of showings that she would have to get out and go somewhere, and that she would need a family member to help. So that's just one of the scenarios, but convenience is a huge factor as well. And then there's a lot of other reasons where people just don't want to deal with, like an inheritance. They don't want to deal with a property that they were left. Sometimes when people pass away and they leave a gift, it's not always a gift, or things change and maybe the family that it's left to can't afford to maintain it, especially in a Spokane market that we've been in recently. When someone bought it 30 years ago for $60,000, now it's worth $300,000, but it also needs $50,000 in work. And unfortunately, the family, might not be set up to take care of the taxes and all the work that needs to be done, and then also deal with a death in the family. So that's kind of another convenience thing. Sometimes, something that's quick and easy, no hassle, really helps the seller to just kind of make it easy for their life. So if you feel like you have a potential off-market property that you would like us to analyze at Real Advantage, reach out to us. We'll give you all the scenarios and recommend what would be best for you, and hope to see you soon.